If you're interested in the installation and function to a Seakeeper stabilizing gyro and how it takes the roll out of a vessel and makes a day at sea a lot more enjoyable, stick around for another segment of Making It Metan. Hello, I'm Mike Borelli, the owner of Metan Marine, and in this segment I'm going to take you through the installation of a Seakeeper 2 in the Metan Glen Cove 32. The planning and the engineering of the installation of this Seakeeper 2 started at the very beginning, with the design and construction of one of the most elaborate stringer systems you may see in the industry. The fabrication and the construction of this stringer system I'll get into in more detail when I profile the build to the Glen Cove 32 in an upcoming segment. In this video, I'm going to stay very specific to the design and fabrication to the stringer system involving just the Seakeeper. Very early on the construction of the stringer system, Gary incorporated the shelves that the Seakeeper would be set on. Prior to lamination, we fabricated aluminum and Penske board backing plates to be recessed into those shelves. These are backing plates that will be glassed into Seakeeper shelf. So those will recess those down 1.5 inches into the Seakeeper bed, then obviously glass those over. After some last minute measurements and calculations, Gary and I recessed 1/2 inch plate aluminum backed by 1.5 inch Penske board into the Seakeeper shelves, moved the stringer system back into the hull for lamination and infusion. Stringers, Glen Cove 32, complete. With the stringer system infused, but prior to the men doing the final fairing to the below deck wells, Gary and I did a dry fit of the Seakeeper just to be sure we had everything dialed in. Today we are doing a dry fit in the Seakeeper. We'll move ahead, dropping the deck in place, then hand this back off to the fiberglass shop for them to fair out the wells, so we can start putting this boat together for good. The men completed the fairing and the finishing to the stringer system, and we moved the vessel over to the assembly shop to begin the below deck rigging, which included the installation of the Seakeeper.
Down. All right, hold it. Go down.
With the Seakeeper dropped in place, Gary marked out the mounting holes, pulled the Seakeeper out for its final time so we can drill and tap a 3/8 intermediate mounting plate into the 1/2 inch aluminum plate embedded into the stringer system. Gary's drilled out the mounting holes for the Seakeeper. He's now tapping the 1/2 inch plate aluminum that we have embedded in the Seakeeper bed with a 14, what is it, 14.2?
14.2.
We had to go metric. The last component of the Seakeeper installation that Gary had to fabricate was the custom battery tray that also tapped in to that 1/2 inch plate aluminum. It's all about custom fabrication. And it's all about Gary Wilson. This is aluminum shelf that Gary fabricated to the battery boxes that have their own aluminum shelves, and the battery boxes we recess on top of the aluminum to give a little bit of an insulator in between the batteries and the aluminum. With most of our below deck rigging complete, which included the installation and the pre-rigging of the Seakeeper, we needed to glue and install the deck liner into the hull so we can finish up the wiring and rigging, not only the Seakeeper, but the rest of the vessel. Installation, wiring, and rigging to the Seakeeper is complete. And before we put the cover on the Seakeeper, just wanted to do a quick rundown of what we have underneath here and how we rigged it. We went ahead with 2 SPS system Meridian batteries that will run the Seakeeper on its own. After it's spun up for 3 hours, we did dedicate one of the isolators from a motor to just this bank, which will sufficiently charge the batteries up plus about 5 extra amps, being able to run the Seakeeper completely off of one of the motors. We utilized Blue Sea RBS switch, and so it could be switched on and off from the helm. And we went ahead with a Metatron voltage and amperage monitoring system. For the bait well, we utilized commercial quick connects, lockable quick connects, as well as our wire connections, removable, and so when it comes time for a full service to the Seakeeper, you can easily gain access, removing the helm station. And all this is part of making it Metan. All right, well, there's your rundown of the installation of the Seakeeper. However, I have one more thing to do, and that is the wiring to the Victron battery charger that's just dedicated to this battery bank. To stuff this thing underneath the helm station, Gary fabricated me aluminum bracket that we were able to suspend the battery charger from under the helm seat. This morning I completed the wiring to the charger for the Seakeeper battery bank. Really wanted to make it so you can use some plugs and unplug it, so during service, when it's not that big of a deal, you gotta disconnect 5 connections. You'll be able to pull the harness off and lift this thing out of the way. Before closing up the helm station, quick rundown of the bait well, hooked up, fresh water pump, battery, charger. Complete. With the rigging and wiring of the Seakeeper complete, and the rigging and wiring of the whole vessel complete, it is time to take this Metan 32 Glen Cove out for a sea trial. So stay tuned as we take you out on the water and show you what a Seakeeper is all about. So you completely understand exactly what a Seakeeper is going to do for you. It takes the roll out of a boat. So if you're getting broadside by rollers or waves and the boat is rocking back and forth, a Seakeeper will stop it from rocking and literally level the boat right off. And the next video was actually the very first day that we took the boat out for a sea trial. And I was with Stanley and Joe, and the Seakeeper just blew our minds.
Shut it off real quick. Can you do that? All right, so now it's ready.
Yep.
All right, Stanley.
Let's get it rocking.
Way back. All right, let's get it like going big time.
You guys can't get it over 7. Oh, you got 8. 10.
Okay, engaging.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Done. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, you're not moving that thing, Stanley.
That's crazy.
Dan, it's so freaking quiet. Yeah, it really doesn't make hardly any noise. And it doesn't just work when you're sitting still. It works when you're underway, as this video that was sent to us from Captain Denny Laura showing us how nice it levels out the boat even at 30 knots.
There we are, running down the beach, running 30 knots, enjoying the day, and the beach out there in the background. Autopilot on, Seakeeper on. 32 just eating up the water, baby, eating up the water. See that little jump? Look at that ride. What a great day. 33 knots right there. Gotta love it. One badass 32. All part of making it Metan.
And I don't think there's any better way to close the segment out than how Captain Denny Laura just did. So thank you for joining us on this segment on the installation and function of a Seakeeper in the Metan Glen Cove 32. I'm Mike Borelli. I'll see you next time on another segment of Making It Metan.